It's a sneak preview of where I'm going to go past by the looks of it. Some beautiful emerald waters. Alright. I miss these guys.
You are.
Really sad to call, well, that's the wrong phrase. Really sad to say goodbye to this place actually. Phan has been really good to me. Nice old provincial, I think is this a secondary town or a primary town? I don't know. But people are nice. Food's cheap. Food is good. And I love going to the beach here. Not to swim or anything, because, well, you know, modern Western body image issues, but I just like people watching there. It's kind of weird seeing places that are just so full of people doing things. I feel like in New Zealand, all I ever saw people do was go to their home, go to their car, go to their place of work, go back to their home. And you never saw people's faces out and about. The few malls they're not really a thing anymore, and you know, kids don't really hang out at like strip malls at Takapuna and stuff anymore. I don't know, maybe I'm just getting old. I'm sure the heat doesn't help in me making up this sort of metric in my head. But this is one of the few places I've been to where I like it when the sun goes down more than I do in the heat of the day. Yes, it's hot as hell. I mean, apparently this is the driest city in the country. And I mean, it shows, to be honest. No more bumps, please. For the sake of my straps. And the other thing is that this place has just so much nightlife, but not in the way you think of. Like, yes, there's drinking. I don't know if there's clubs. That's not really my scene. I don't really care for that. But just people out and about, you know, going and drinking tea at the park, sitting around doing nothing at night, and it's cool. I just love that so much. Feeling a few drops of rain already. I knew it was gonna rain today. I was just hoping it'd be an afternoon spill, not a morning spill. Yep, she's putting up the umbrellas. Look, it's natural that it rains, and I'm enjoying the cooler weather. Last few days have been 36 degrees at peak, which felt like 46 degrees with the heat coming off the asphalt. So I'm really happy that I don't have to sit through that. I also wish I didn't have to sit through rain. You see that sign? The sign says this bridge is shared with horse carriages, or I guess probably more like cow carriages, and people. Oh. Of course, it's a fishing village. There's only fishing villages up the coast, and salt villages. I'm at 2 odds here. Supposedly, it's only actually meant to rain 8 millimeters for the entire day around this region. 8 millimeters is nothing. I've ridden through literally over a meter of rain back home. And that's also without wet gear, because, you know, I'm an idiot. But to be honest, at that point, wet gear does fuck all. Like, you know, go look at what osmosis is. You know, things equalize, and so does the moisture from the outside to the inside of your wet gear. So, wet gear is at best, keeps you warmer, make sure you don't go into hypothermic shock, that sort of thing. More so than not getting you wet. So I'm wondering, I have a poncho in there, if I put on the poncho, or I just kind of ride through it, because, well, frankly, I don't, it's whatever. That's cool rock, so 10 out of 10 rock. Maybe I need to rethink that, because a lot of people are stopping and putting their ponchos on. And these people know the weather around here better than I do. I just don't want to. Cafe soda. Yeah. It just started pouring. So I guess I'm stopping here for a little bit. Well, the rain shows no sign of stopping. It's like properly pissing down. I've been here for like 30 minutes already. Usually rains around here stop at 30-40 minute mark, and it kind of drizzles for the rest of the day at best, but it's not that rough. So this is like just a cafe. They don't serve any food as far as I can tell. I think I'm just gonna have to be hungry. I'm not leaving to find food, no way. It's finally not actively raining, but shit is very, very wet. I'm gonna be very careful. Look at this flooding. I gotta find some breakfast. I'm set like a bail point. I'm actually kind of past the bail point, so I can either go up the main highway, which I'm not trying to do as much as possible, or I can go up DT 702. I forget the actual name. It's the coastal road, right? So up a cliff, down a cliff. Perfect. That's the shit I'm into. My problem here is that the coastal road is built into the side of a red rock mountain. Very silty stuff. So if that's fallen onto the road and it's very slippery, it's not gonna be good. We'll see how it is. But I'm feeling pretty confident. You know, the sea is on my right side. It looks like a morning quail has kind of come and passed. I just gotta be extra careful. Honestly, if you love adventure riding, come to Vietnam. There's so much nice river crossings and off-roading to be done here. Oh, there's a reason he's pushing the bike properly. Handlebars straight, nice and steady. Don't jam on brakes. Beauty. Absolute beauty. Whew. I know for a lot of people that's like, you know, something you do every day, but it still gives me, you know, a bit of the, scares me a little bit, you know. Also, these rubber pegs are very, very slippery. Look at the mountains over there. That's still very wet over there. Fairly certain I go around it because there's a few fishing villages along the way where I want to go, and you can't really fish from the mountain, so I'm hoping I'm kind of avoiding that. I just know there's like a small mountain pass towards the end. So I see a real nice dirt track over there. That seems like fun on like a WR or an XR or something. Honestly, this thing's pretty decent off-road. It's got zero weight. You can't grip the tank, so it's kind of a pain downhill or anything too rocky. And standing on it is no good. But you point this thing anywhere and it will go. It should be about 120 kilometers to Nha Trang. I've already logged about 15 or 20, I think, just leaving Phan Rang. So I've realized, you know, there's a lot more to do in Vietnam on the side of the road. There's cafes, places to eat. Whereas in New Zealand, you know, you just go. You know, you do Coral Loop, you stop twice. That's a 600 kilometer day. Close to 700 or 800 if you're coming in from, you know, literally anywhere. And you stop twice. Once for lunch and a second time for a lookout that everybody else stops at, and it's always the same one. Yes, I get that you're riding for the sake of riding, but man, I could get used to this kind of pace, you know? There's the sea on the west. I think there's a few like Western style eateries here I saw on the map. So I'm kind of interested. Oh, I think this is it. Oh yeah. A bit more off-roading. This isn't too bad. The Temple of Windism. Oh, I'm really hoping that's not pesticide. Can't imagine he's just watering the plants around here. Damn, no cover parking. Apparently, they're not doing any food right now for whatever reason, just cafe. It's a bit of a shame. I'd love to stop here for a while to eat. I think I just gotta press on then. There we go. Yeah, this place is like a surf beach. But it doesn't seem very surfy. Like, those are some calm waters. It does give me hippie feels though. These are vineyards. They're grapes. Do Vietnamese consume a lot of wine? I can't tell what kind of grapes they are. I don't think they're sour grapes for making wine. Oh man, I haven't had grapes in a while. I kind of want grapes. I really should be taking more advantage of the fruit situation around here, you know? I thought we were going to be following the coast like tightly. Apparently I was wrong, and now I'm going to be stuck in second gear for most of the trip. Awesome. That is a scenic little village. Also, I don't think my bike's doing anything. It's just gravity pulling me down. Because it's like 200 kgs on two wheels. It's the only time I hate step-throughs, going downhill. Got nothing to grip with my legs, so I gotta brace it with my arms. Which kind of ruins a few things when you've got to actually control the bike with your hands, when you're also doubling it as bracing. I love there's bus stops in the middle of nowheres. Might think that these things are cheap enough, everybody can afford it and all that, but no, people need public transport. Hello, coffee. Oh, I've had enough coffee for like 2 days. This is so beautiful. Like, you know, I only ever see people talk about the northern mountain ranges with riding and road tripping in Vietnam. Yes, I get that a lot of people, you know, I'm not the first person to do Ho Chi Minh to Hanoi or vice versa. Especially since that Top Gear episode. I don't know, I still haven't really watched Top Gear. Yes. This rivals some of the scenery in New Zealand, honestly. Everybody's like, oh, New Zealand's so beautiful. You know, there's nothing like it in this world. It's so good. Right. Yeah, okay. But counterpoint, absolute breathtaking beauty. Yep. Oh man, now it's raining. I'm just looking for a place that's like Quan or calm or pho. Like that's the only words I know. But unfortunately, there aren't many. Oh, there's some market. Oh, I bet there was food there. Okay, you know what? Ah. See, right, I can read a few things. There was a banh mi place just there. Okay, I gotta stop. Home, Lao, they're not open though. Ah. Now this very hard to tell when somewhere is open or not. Why does she ride on the wrong side of the road? Why? You know what? It's fine. I press on. Oh nope, never mind. Bun Pho. Perfect. There's people. Oh, that looks good. Beautiful. Lots of greens. Chuck that in there. Just sneak those in underneath. They cook and wilt down a little bit. You put some on top for a bit of crunch. Oh, beauty night, beauty. And then a bit of that. I should have done that before. I added all the stuff in. Whatever. What if the Vietnamese version of itadakimasu or 잘 먹겠습니다 is? Honestly, spots like these that literally serve one thing or two things are the best places. Like I'm starting to think the pho I have in New Zealand is not real pho, you know? Alright! Back on the road. So, what a nice little town actually. I think the key word is that it's quiet. 10 vehicles pass by the restaurant. I was there for like 30 minutes. I don't want to eat too fast. I don't like the look of that. I'm fairly certain I should be able to... Wait, no. Yeah, I don't like the look of that. looks pretty clear for a little while, but just past the first mountain here is Kamran, I think. Anyway, the important part is that's the passageway into Nha Trang. And my stay is on the far side of Nha Trang. So if it's pissing down there, then, well, shit out of luck. Like I said, this stretch of the road, not a lot of bailout points. See how we go. What's the worst that could happen? Oh god, knock on some wood. That's like foreshadowing. I don't like that. Everything will be okay. Actually, that still sounds like foreshadowing. Fuck, just right. We seem to have entered this bike's natural nemesis. A slight incline. You got this, buddy. You got this. Yeah, it's days like these I miss Bertha. So you miss a lot when you zoom down these roads at 100 k's an hour, you know? You miss the chickens on the side of the road. The lizards! But by the way, I got my speedometer fixed in Phan. I had to visit 4 different mechanics to finally find one who had one in stock. And he took so long putting it in, like, oh man, there's a lot of bugs in the air. Ooh, hey, not in my eye, god damn it. I guess I'm gonna have a lot of protein on my jacket. But yeah, and he charged me like 70, so absolutely nothing. That's probably less than half of what I would pay for just a cable in New Zealand. That was including his labor. Like, felt bad. I just gave him 100, but still. Well, I gave him 100 also because I was staring the whole time he was working. It was fascinating, okay? 8% incline. Well, I guess it's a decline. Yeah, look at them clouds, eh? That's pretty thick. So I haven't seen any of the vehicle coming the other way that's covered in water yet. Oh, actually, it's starting to spit a little bit. There's a last town on this little stretch of the road coming up in about a kilometer called Vinh Hy. Otherwise, looks like I have 29 kilometers to the town after that. Go down a gear. So if it looks like it's gonna start pouring, I better pull off in Vinh Hy and wait it out a bit. Oh, this is steep. This is really steep. Holy shit. Hold on. Hold on. Let's sign up for this. That must be Vinh Hy over there. Yeah, there's a bit of rain rolling in, but I can't tell if it's spitting or if it's round 2. It's steep and very technical. Okay. Yeah, I gotta take this extra slow. I get the feeling that's a prelude, because I think it's gonna be steeper on the other side. Bin he. My money's on. If I find a cafe that's nicely covered, I go in and stop. So I think the rain's gonna pick up. And this wind's very strong. If I'm in for a rough day, for better or for worse. Looks like the main bit of rain's just stopped, probably for a very short moment. Okay, I bought this thing at one of the convenience stores in Ho Chi Minh. Was kind of hoping never to wear it. This was on the bike, essentially. I've fucking lost. There's so many little alleyways and shit here. Google Maps is just absolutely freaking out in my ear. They keep telling me to turn right, and then turn left, and then turn right, and then turn left. How is this a road? Literally never been more frustrated with Google Maps in my entire fucking life. Turn right. What? Here. I get that half of that is my fault for like just listening to the instructions. But generally speaking, it works out fine. I stopped and asked the guy, how do I get to the highway? Which, you know, just pointing at a map. And he was like, oh no, not this way. Don't go this way. I think what he was trying to say with his body language was that it's like a local little thoroughfare. I don't know. But goodbye, Benny. So it's a quite low coastal town. It's beautiful here. It's beautiful. I would have loved to have stayed a night or two, all things considered. But, oh yeah, and it stopped raining, so I kind of look like an ass having put this on. I just waited on the side of the road under some shelter for 5 minutes. I'm starting to think, is that like a sign for stops on the side of the road in Vietnam? So there's always been one of those at every roadside stop I've been at. Okay, I just gotta get this thing off. I mean, just look at that view, mate. Oh, wow. Just do a bit of a... Oh, you know what? It's not that wet. It's not that bad. Most of my stuff's inside the bag, inside a dry bag. So like, I'm not too concerned. But man, That's gorgeous, eh? Of course, it's a cheap-ass PVC tarp, so I'm like, you know, you don't get wet from the rain, you get wet from the sweat with all the moisture it traps in you. Looks like it's all uphill from here. Apparently another 8% gradient, supposedly. That's a terrifying sign. Car falling off. This is water's below, I guess. I swear, this weather's making me homesick. Like, honestly. It rains 1 second, and then it's sunny as heck. If it starts raining while it's sunny, I'm gonna go call mom. Genuinely, like, man, what is this weather? I guess I'm not complaining. Presumably, this is probably what high van pass is gonna be like for me. Sit on second gear, literally everybody, including a grandmother carrying 3 children and a cow, pass by me. Piece of kick in the balls, you know. Well, so that's before the mountain pass, coastal mountain pass through to Nha Trang. So 23 clicks. Okay, that's not far. That's not far. It's probably when I get some fuel too. Apparently, it's 50,000 dong, no matter when I fill up, whether or not where the needle is, long as it's past halfway point. So that tells me that I shouldn't trust this fuel gauge. Like, I've had it in the red and it cost me 50,000, and I've had it in the middle and it still cost me 50,000. How that works, I have absolutely zero idea. I should be careful. It was fairly heavy rain after a long spell of dry. So there might be some slides, so I should look out for that. Wow, so gorgeous. Right, let's see if I can stop here. Let's see. I don't know what that town is. I don't think that's Nha Trang. That's gotta be a little bit further up over there. It's a sneak preview of where I'm gonna go past by the looks of it. Some beautiful emerald waters. Alright. Apparently it's a place called Dao Bin Hong or something like that. And the main city is on the island. I don't see a road, so I guess people just come in and out with a boat. Gorgeous out there. Huh? I am rushing a little bit, just a smidgen, just so I can be in town for about 12-ish and lie down in a hammock. Like, I mean, it might not be too bad with the rain and all, but man, riding anytime past 10-ish, sorry, not 10, 1-ish until about 4 is brutal. Still getting all my sights in. That's the whole point I've come. Little goat track you can follow, get your bike over there, but why would you? Interesting. Water here is gorgeous. I still see the reefs. It's the least disturbed beach I've seen in all of Southeast Asia, this one. Looks like you either gotta scale down a cliff or you reach it by canoe. That's probably why. I've lost yet another foot peg. That's the second one. It just slides right off because it's just like a rubber sleeve on a metal rod. So it's like slippery when wet. See? Gone again. Like, that one's always staying on, but the second one just disappeared. Oh, those are fishing farms. That's cool. That's a very cool town. Would love to stay there for a night. There's a couple of tall buildings, so surely there's some guest houses there. And doing a mid-hill climb, shift down twice is kind of hard on these things, especially when I don't have a lot of room to manipulate anything. 10 out of 10 rough though. The 8th stop I've made on this road. Mostly because my ass hurts. Not a lot of room on that seat, you know. What does this look up for? Ah. Oh. Oh. Oh, gorgeous. That must be the next town just past the little peninsula there. Huh. I think the only airstrip big enough to accommodate a plane that size around here is Nha Trang. It's already descending, so I guess I must not be that far. I think the right thing to do here is I go and get some fuel. Apparently the next fuel station is about 15 kilometers away. A lot of noise for not going very fast, eh? It's a very slight incline, hence the why. again, 50,000. I'm pretty sure it's just 2 liters, which is what this bike's tank is, I think. I think I want a bit of a rest. Nowhere close to Nha Trang, but I'm a little bit from Cam Ranh, so maybe I'll find a cafe Vong there or something. Let's get on the go. The only problem with the highways around here is there's an endless number of trucks and buses. And God forbid that they drive at a reasonable pace. Terrifying. I love that on the side of the road. It's not just the next towns that have the markers for how far away they are. It's even towns that are further away. So like, I just saw one for Hue, which is one of my stops. It's the old imperial capital of the Nguyen. You know what? I need to brush up on Vietnamese history. I've only been to 2 museums, okay? Anyway, 690 kilometers. Oh man, I still got a long way to go, eh? Hue is probably about my halfway point all the way up to Hanoi, I think. Just geographically speaking. And then past that is known as the Forgotten Coast, because all the backpackers kind of skip that part of the coast. I'm not sure why, but I guess we'll see when we get there. Or maybe we'll skip it too. I have no clue. It just kind of depends on how the time works out. Still got about 6 weeks of runways. I like to stay a few nights at each place I stop at, because just being there overnight is like, you know, you get there at like 4, and then what? You leave the next morning, you have dinner, you go and say hello to the local lady who sells compan, like that's it, right? No, that's too boring. Just like in Malaysia, all the toll gates are free if you're on a bike. Except unlike Malaysia, there are few roads that bikes can't go onto. CT01, I believe they're called. Only trucks and cars. I mean, there's still a lot of trucks on QT. Buses. Oh, I can feel it just starting to spit again. How many times are you gonna rain today? I just looked for a place that said Khom, so I just know that's rice. I got like a little buffet thing going on. Oh yeah, that's very tomatoey, citrusy. perfect. I'm also very tired. I always forget how cheap these rice restaurants in provincial towns are. It's about $1 and a bit I paid. Sun seems to have caught up with me, so I think I want to go find somewhere to get out of the sun for a little bit. As you can see, I'm in absolutely no hurry whatsoever. It's so hot and humid now. Guess I shouldn't complain. At least it's not raining. This is boring. This stretch of the road is boring. Get off this highway. There's literally no coastal road that's more coastal than this. Because I could go right on the beach, but with this much luggage, probably not. Come on, I want to come off of this goddamn highway already. Stop to get a drink, charge a bunch of shit, and got a fan. Oh my god. It hasn't actually been that long over there. I've clocked maybe, what, 80 kilometers? That's nothing. I feel like I've clocked 800. According to the map, I've got about 50 kilometers to my stay. Yeah, just shy of 50 kilometers. I should be off the main QL1A highway for most part of it. So I think that means that after I leave here, I just go for a straight shot up that road. I think. Also think that when I get to Nha Trang, I try and look for another shop that can sell me a rack. Because I can't sit on that bike much longer. And like I said, I've still got at least 600 kilometers to Huey. And then however long it is after that to Hai Phong in Hanoi. Let's go! It's the last stretch of the transit day. I'm gonna get there, gonna get a body massage and a hair wash. You know, I've been in Vietnam for like a month and I've never washed my own hair. It's so good. It's so fucking good. And, well, I guess I should probably eat. I don't know, it's like nearly 4 o'clock already. I don't know what happens to time when I don't really do anything. Woo! What a nice day to be riding. That mountain, I have to go around it. On the other side, there's Nha Trang. There's some gorgeous looking mountains, mate. Maybe I I go finding some dirt roads once I get settled in Nha Trang. And there's a lot of cars. I think the airport's on my right. Like, there's a big airport on the right. A big monument. Oh. That's pretty cool. It's behind the locked gate. Okay. Very modern looking condos and stuff. I'm not surprised. Nha Trang's like... I've heard this area is becoming a bit of like second Da Nang, if you will. It's a bit unfortunate. I'll make up my mind when I get there. I do like all the roundabouts though. It's like a... looks like a Victory Gate or something. What's it? Kara Road? Seeing a lot of Korean. I'm still 50 k's out of Nha Trang. Yeah. I was kind of hoping all the big trucks and buses will be using the QL1A that goes between the mountains over there instead of the coastal road, but it doesn't look like that's the case. In which case, well, boo-hoo, I guess. But it does mean I'm gonna have a lot more people honking at me as they pass on blind corners. This is the start of the pass. It's certainly a lot busier than the one that led to the previous town, wait, what? I'm just thinking about Khambindar. What is that? Anyway, somehow I get back on the saddle is when it starts raining. Why? You couldn't rain while I was having coffee? Or, you know, like peach fruit juice? I'm pretty sure that's what there was. It had peaches in it. This feels more like what it will be like at High Bound Pass, I think. Me crawling up the hillside and everybody passing me. You're doing well, buddy. You're doing well. Well as you can. Man, this road will be so much fun on a bigger bike. Hit it with a little bit of gusto. These corners aren't half bad, you know. Actually, it would probably be fun with this bike, even just without luggage. There's a lookout. Well, let's try that. We could use a bit of a rest. Good enough. Pretty sure over there with the Ferris wheel, if you can even make it out. That's Nha Trang right there. Not far. Not far. Another 30 k's or so. Okay, this is the reason why I've been bitching about the seat all day. Basically my bones go right there and right here because I don't know what those bones are. Butt bones, I guess? So my bag's too far forward. I can't really fix that without the bag literally hanging off the back end too far. Watch episode 1 for the disaster. Already looks precarious enough. I don't need it to be more precarious in 2 directions. 1 direction is enough. Anyway, yeah, no more than like 30 kilometers at a time. Okay, 23 kilometers left. That's nothing. My university used to be longer than that, further away than that. What was Epsom, like 40 odd Ks? Anyways, for some reason 20 Ks here take about as long. We'll see. Yep, alright, I'm back in the city. So far, here's my impressions of riding in Vietnam. Riding between cities, pretty good honestly. Like, yeah, not bad. Not half bad. Riding in cities, holy fuck, keep your wits about you or you're gonna get yourself and 4 other families killed. There's a huge traffic. Also, this seems like a motorcycle event. Wait, hold on. Is that? It is. No, it's screw the hotel. What's this about then? I don't know what's going on here, but there's Honda and Beamer Motorrad and lots of display bikes. A guy over there doing drifts on sand on an Africa Twin. Seems like some sort of motorcycle event. Huh. Oh, this apparently is a famous Nha Trang beach, the Vin Pearl Island over there. Apparently it's a superbike festival with like adventure riding people and a bunch of other related stuff. I guess I'm probably gonna see snippets of that as I bum around Nha Trang for the next few days. Apparently, if I just stayed at Phan Rang, like till tomorrow, or like I guess even after tomorrow, the bike ride heads to Phan Rang, and it ends at the square where they were doing like the taekwondo show off and the singing show. I could have just stayed there and looked at superbikes, but to be honest, I don't really care about superbikes. I've seen enough of them, like in person. I've ridden quite a few of my mates. Like, yeah. Oh my god, I think the traffic here is fucking worse than Ho Chi Minh City, man.
It's not bad actually. It's on the ninth floor, which means I get a great view of the city. The property is beach facing, but I'm not rich enough for that. Anyway, a shower, which I desperately need. There is a window to the corridor outside, and a window with sunlight. Honestly, what more do you need in life, especially when you're traveling? And a fridge, that's a win. Hey, that's the first time I've seen an actual locked. What do you call those things? Safes. Seems pretty good. Alright, I'm gonna unpack a little bit, get prettied up because I look and feel like shit. Get out of these clothes. This is not wet from rainwater. It hasn't rained in quite some time, I can tell you that much. Yeah, right out. See you guys in a minute. I'm gonna head out for dinner anyway, so catch you there. I got changed. Let's go. There's so many cars and shit. Like, I just so busy here. I just want to find, I don't know actually, there's something to eat and a drink. Looks like it's about to piss down actually. Not sure what I actually want to eat. See, the thing is, I'm not necessarily against going somewhere that's really touristy, right? Yes, I hate crowds. Yes, I just hate crowds. But there's a reason why it's crowded, you know? People don't gather around from all over the world for fuck all. You don't go to, I don't know, see the Sistine Chapel and complain about how crowded it is. I guess you can, but you should be expecting that. But you go there because it's the fucking Sistine Chapel. I'm just hoping that Nha Trang is worth Sistine Chapel analogy. We'll see. I just know I'm gonna get a very wet butt. I stop for a while. Like, I've been to Bali, I've been to Phuket. Those are, I would consider, pretty much peak of over tourism in Southeast Asia. And I can't say I necessarily like them. They're okay. I still much prefer like Sukhothai or Chiang Mai. I mean, that's probably the most touristed area to enjoyment ratio I've ever had. Where am I even going? Just hoping there's like a little stretch of the road where there's a bunch of food places or something. I think I passed them. Need more than tea. That looks pretty good. I think I've accidentally walked into a drinking joint, which, I mean, there's worse things to do in life, I guess. I don't really drink, especially when I'm riding. I took my bike here, so I can't drink. Oh, that beef is amazing. This place is so loud. Not just the traffic, but also all the old men talking. There's some local root beer. That's root beer, yeah. Like sarsaparilla beer. Something non-alcoholic. The lady that served me probably thinks I'm fucking nuts. I came in, she opened the menu for the drinks, and I was like, oh, no thanks, I need something to eat. Today's ride was great. I mean, the rain barely mattered. Well, to be honest, the rain made me feel a bit icky the whole day. But all things considered, it was such a small non-issue that
I'm gonna take a risk on these spicy stuff. That looks too big to be bird's eye, so maybe it's not. Yep, that's actually edible. The local bird's eye pepper is not edible, not by a mere mortal like me. Yeah, these peppers actually just have a little bit of kick, that's it. I'm unbelievably hungry. Riding's sort of a uncommon. There's always people who come up and ask you if you want to buy lottery tickets and stuff around here. By that I just mean Vietnam. Just smile politely, say "Kong Kamun." They move on. That's it. What a great day of riding. The coastline was so beautiful. Genuinely easily rivals some coastlines I've seen in New Zealand. Thanks for coming along. Now what? 400 kilometers closer to Hanoi now in total from Ho Chi Minh. That sounds about right. The next leg, Nha Trang to Da Nang, is gonna be brutal. And for the most part, there's like just small secondary coastal towns, like fishing villages and stuff along the road. And here to Hoi An is about 600 kilometers. There's no way I can do that leg in one go. I mean, I left at 6 a.m. today, and I got to Nha Trang at about 4:30 p.m. So this was a 150-kilometer ride at most, probably more like 130. But I'm here in one piece. Bike's here. Couldn't be happier. Okay, last thing before I finish this video. Oh, hair wash, man. Okay, the place here was kind of expensive. I mean, it was on the main strip, so I don't know what I was expecting. But honestly, with Cafe Vong, the hammock cafes, and the hair wash places, which are really cheap, it's still cheap. Like, it was expensive for here, but it was cheap. I couldn't imagine a better country to ride motorcycles in. You got such a good place to rest, and you got such a good places to recuperate. So, yeah. I'm loving it. Loving it.